something began clearing off the body, coming off the body. And the more this thing cleared off the body, the more I started the more I started seeing something else, something different. I started to really be seeing something else different. And it led to me keeping a book, because I started to realize that these things that I was seeing that were really happening were very critical. And I started carrying a book, writing and capturing these things on this book or in the book. So, in fact, I remember at some stage when I got this revelation that I began to ask a question: how could normal human beings do this to other humans, that they ensure that from birth to death they never discover who they are? Of course, something else, some evidence, some information, when I got this, led to this. Cutting the long story short, entries into my journal, onto my book. Then beginning of 2020, the intensity, in fact now, in my sleep, I would see something happening. After a few days, it would definitely happen. And it actually started happening, including other things that I'm unable to share here, but I'm just giving you a high level to show you that just to share how we came about to start the vehicle. Now, again, early 2020. Now, after all these things in terms of my sleep and seeing all these things happening, then this particular morning, early hours of the morning in my sleep, I didn't know what was happening. Now, I get an encounter with my Creator. So there's a conversation, and He introduces Himself as God. And of course, there's a conversation that goes on, and I'm asked to open my eyes. And when I open my eyes, I see the light. This is all happening in my sleep. I see the light, and I go back, I go back, and the conversation continues. The next thing after that whole conversation, I was up holding the walls and praying, holding the walls, praying that night. Did exactly the same thing in the morning. Decided to, captured what had happened on my book. And my eyes, I actually recorded this. My eyes were red for 3 days. Okay. Now, 3 weeks after this, something else kept happening. And I would wake up and I would be seeing these men in the room. And I would switch on the light and I see nothing. It happened for about 3 weeks. And then a voice came back and explained to me what those were. And after that, I never had to wake up again seeing men. I actually just, I accepted that it was what was explained to me. Anyway, later on, I share this with my cousin, and she says to me, Pumlani, do you know that all these things that we are saying, they are in the Bible? And I said, no, you must be joking. Are you saying what I'm just telling you has happened? It's in the Bible. I said, okay, I need to make time and really go and read and study the Bible. And I did that, I think, for about 2 weeks. It took me about 2 weeks I decided to read the New Testament. And I was literally crying, because everything that I had captured on my book, it's captured in the Bible. Every single thing that I was observing, every single thing was captured in the Bible. I cried tears.